We are live. Welcome to the Nerdthusiast Podcast. I am your co-host, Richard Ilie, here with my co-host, Matt Marozzi.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, Matt.
How's it going?
Dude, it's going good.
Very
Hanging
good.
out, chilling. First episode of the podcast. How are you feeling right now?
I am enjoying a beer,
That's good.
so I'm feeling good.
I'm enjoying a water right now.
It's good to hydrate.
Refreshy is the name of the thing. So this is the Nerdthusiast Podcast. Can you guess what we're talking about today?
Video games?
Video games is a big topic today. The primary topic, honestly. There was a Nintendo Direct just a few moments ago. We just got finished watching it, and we're going to jump into that, talk about that. But before we do anything, we need to play a very specific game called So You Think You're Gen X. Matt, this is a game I'm very excited about.
We thought of this game because I fall in a weird age.
Yes.
I am not quite Gen X. I've just missed that. I am at the high end of the millennial spectrum.
Last year, I think, right?
It's a spectrum, right?
Yeah, there's a spectrum. For sure, there's a spectrum of millennialism. And you're on the lower end of that spectrum.
The higher end of the spectrum.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I would say you are.
I'm on the highest end of the millennium spectrum.
We are going to get in trouble
Millennial. I said
talking,
millennium.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Millennium Falcon.
Doesn't matter. Only a millennial would speak of such
We're
things.
already getting into Star Wars.
We're
and
already
we've been
fucking it
recording
up.
for 5
Yeah.
minutes.
So the name of this game is, Matt, I think when I look at you, Matt, and when I talk to you, I get the sense that you wish you weren't a millennial.
Every day.
And I get that. And I feel like you identify more with the Gen X populace.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. So you're also a big fan of music. So what I want to do is, you seem to view yourself as a person who knows a lot about music, right?
Quite a bit from a certain era. Anything before 2007 or 2007 and beyond, I'd say I'm pretty good at. This newer music today, that's for another podcast. I can't do that right now.
Well, yeah, I mean, like you are as you said, Gen X guy. So Gen X music is what you're going to relate to.
Absolutely.
So what I actually have here today is a Gen X song, a classic Gen X song that a true Gen Xer would be able to point out immediately just from my reading of the lyrics.
Yes, and I don't know what he's going to say. So
yeah, you have no idea what the song is. I'm just going to read some lyrics off my phone. I'm going to read them in a monotone voice with no melody, and I'm going to jump in from anywhere in the song. So are you ready?
Yes.
This one's pretty easy. It's the first one of the podcast run, so we'll try it out. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses.
Rage Against the Machine.
Okay, what's the name of that song?
Hang on. Bulls on Parade.
No, it's Killing in the Name of. You
God damn.
Stupid idiot. I picked the most obvious song. What is even Bulls on the Parade?
Bulls on Parade.
Oh, okay. Now I know that song.
Fuck.
All right, just a way.
At least I got the band. I'll take that. As
that's a win.
Point.
That's a win. That's a half point for sure. We'll keep that in the books. That's how we're gonna start this podcast. Generally, something to loosen us up, which is pretty great. We also have games that we've been playing or movies we've been watching, whatever it is, stuff that we're like passionate about at the moment. Matt, did you want to start with yours or should I start with mine?
You go ahead and start. I'm going to enjoy this beverage.
Yeah, please enjoy. So I've been playing Control, which is Remedy's newest game, and I'm maybe about like 4 or 5 hours into it. I'm pretty early at this point, and I'm super enjoying it. It's really, really different. Are you familiar? So what's really pushing me into enjoying this game is like the narrative standpoint of it. I've never really played a Remedy game. Are you familiar with their games at all?
I played the Max Payne series, but I think they only made the first 2, so it's been a while.
Yeah, definitely. Been a while. That's right. Well, Control is pretty interesting. It focuses on this character who is part of. Holy shit! My fucking phone is not on vibrate, and I thought it was. So we're gonna do a little pause. Maybe we'll edit this out.
Maybe we'll see.
Maybe we won't. I don't know.
You just might not care.
I'm editing, and I'm not great at it, so we'll see how that goes. Ring volume all the way down. I put you on Do Not Disturb, you son of a bitch. How can this be happening right now? Turn on now. There it is. Okay. Jesus. But, Control focuses on the Federal Bureau of Control, which is a made-up government agency that focuses on the control of paranormal and supernatural entities. Do you know what the SCP is? Matt?
No.
SCP is this like elaborate wiki / narrative ongoing thing on the internet that kind of goes into like the same sort of thing. SCP Foundation is, you know, this same kind of organization that looks for paranormal things and, you know, focuses on controlling them and containing them. There's a cool freaking, what is it? There's like an AI box that's like so powerful as an AI that if you hooked it up to the internet, it would immediately like destroy the world and like the technological infrastructure of said world. And there's like a weird doll that's made of human flesh.
So this is like all conspiracy theory stuff?
Yeah, it's mostly, it's primarily that, which is kind of what the game is as well. And it focuses on a lot of that. You have weird, cool gun that you get that has like different like, you know, modes and stuff. And it's super fun to play and I've really been enjoying it. I can talk about this game probably for a really long time if we wanted to get super in depth. I don't think it's worth doing, but I really do enjoy it, and it's the first Remedy game I've really gotten to like sink my teeth in. I'm really happy about it.
Describe the gameplay.
The gameplay. So I hear Alan Wake. So you've never played Alan Wake?
No.
I hear Alan Wake is another game with a great story, but the gameplay is where that game really falters. Definitely don't get that sense at all with Control. I think like the way they balance the use of your abilities with your gun and all that and how everything feels, just works out really well. Like your gun has a recharge effectively. So there's no ammo on your gun. You have unlimited ammo, but if you're using it too much, it'll run out of juice and it has to recharge and it takes a second.
So is the gun your primary weapon?
Exactly. But as you play through the game and progress, you get more and more abilities. So like a really cool one is telekinesis, where like if you hit R1, she'll like just pull something close to her. I love that shit. And just as soon as you let go of R1, it just launches it into a fucking enemy. And it has a
like BioShock sort of.
Yeah. So it's got
Beautiful.
that, but the thing I like about it is just how easy it is to like lift things up. Like the game's pretty good about knowing what you want to lift up. And if there's nothing even close to you to lift up, you'll get like a piece of the wall. And so anytime you hit R1, you will always get something to throw.
So does it feel good though?
Yeah.
It feels good to play.
That's the most impressive thing about the game, and something I was super worried about it being a Remedy game is I wasn't sure if it was going to feel really good, and it does.
To me, that's like the most important thing with games. Like if it does not play well, I'm probably going to lose interest pretty quickly. So I'm glad to hear that. For sure. You're making me more interested.
Yeah, which is great, because then when that gameplay is as good as it is, it just kind of makes that entry into the story all the more easy, because you're already enjoying the game, so why not enjoy the story too?
Awesome.
So yeah, it's pretty awesome. What about you? What have you been playing?
I've been playing Blair Witch, which was on Game Pass, so I was playing them spooky games for that Halloween.
What a Gen X video game, Blair Witch.
Oh man, I saw that in the theater like the night it released. I was so stoked for that movie, and it was very good.
Yeah,
I was very surprised.
Made on a budget too.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Just dudes shaking tents. That's the special effects.
I'm sure it wouldn't be that. You know, if I went back and watched it today, I wouldn't be like that freaked out. But I bet at the time it was very good. There was not another film like that.
No, it had a huge effect for sure. Paranormal Activity, I don't think would exist without that.
Yeah. So,
but the game,
the game is good. Mm-hmm. The story is creepy. I'm very short into the game. I'm only maybe 2 or 3 hours into it. Like, I don't think the game is that long to begin with, but I'm not that far into it.
Yeah.
And I really, when I play games, just so you guys know, I take my time. I don't rush. I look for everything. Matt's
not going to finish this game for another 7 podcasts, is what he's saying.
This is a big reason why I don't like playing long games.
Yeah.
It's a problem.
For sure.
But I think the game's, the creepy vibe you get from walking through the woods makes you feel like, you know, walking through the woods at night. It's very, it's got you like on edge all the time. But there's no like true like horror. I haven't been like freaked out. Like when I played like Condemned on Xbox 360, that game had some terrifying moments.
Yeah.
This does not seem to have that. It seems to be more of like a consistent creepiness all the time.
So it's lacking in like the big jump scares that would just really.
Yeah, I haven't really had any jump scares or anything like that yet. But it does make you feel uneasy constantly, which is a good and a bad thing.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a bad thing because when I play games like that, I can't play them for a long time because you
start to stress out.
I start to like stress out. And I just want to chill out. So like I'll usually play for like 45 minutes, maybe an hour, and then I'm done. But the gameplay, which is the most important thing, kind of a mixed bag.
What are we looking at here? I know next to nothing about this game. So like, is it first person? Is it like...
It is first person. It's like you hit like the right trigger to grab things, which it's another annoying thing. It does not always work.
Okay.
Like it'll like say that you can grab something and it doesn't work, so you have to get closer and then it actually works.
So you're like picking up things?
Yeah, you have to pick up things and interact with the environment. You're basically like a kid gets lost in the woods and you're going to help find this child, and you're getting clues, and you have a dog with you and you command your dog.
Okay.
And the commands...
rights?
Yeah.
No, not at all.
No. The way you command your dog is like you hold it's either the LB or RB on Xbox, and then I'll pull up like a wheel, and you have different commands you can give. And it doesn't always work. Like sometimes the whole idea is when the dog is too far away, he can't hear you, so he won't listen to your commands.
Okay.
But there's been a bunch of times where the fucking dog is standing right next to me. I'm like, how the fuck? What the fuck? Like just little things like that, and you can easily fix it. You just turn a little bit, and then the dog hears you.
Okay.
But it's just some annoying things like that. Like that's how the game is. If you can get over that weird jankiness, which isn't that big of a deal, I think you'll have a good time with it.
For sure. Is it like what? Like is it Slender Man? Like what can you compare it to in terms of like what you're just... Is it an open world that you're searching and trying to find information about? It's not an open world.
No? It's linear corridors.
Okay.
But you're in the woods. There are sections that are like semi-open, but it does make you feel like you're in the woods, where you feel like you're lost most of the time. Okay. The dog is how you get around.
You're really using him as a crutch.
Yes.
To get around, for sure.
You have a command called Seek. You tell the dog to seek, and it'll kind of show you where to go, and you follow him to like your next objective, basically. Otherwise, you would be completely fucking lost. You'd have no idea where to go.
See, linear, like, is it kind of like a PT? Like a more open sort of PT scenario? I don't know if
in the fact that, like, you're really going down corridors, and some of the corridors are connected, so you can get lost super easy. Like, you'll get to an intersection, just like you could in the woods, where you can take the path to the left, to the right, or go straight.
It's like trails almost.
Right. And some of those trails will reconnect, and you'll be back where you started.
Okay.
And when that happens, that's fine. The other mechanic they have is you'll find these red videotapes. They have other ones that aren't red, which you just watch them. But the red ones, things happen in the environment, and if you watch the tape and you stop it, where, like, for example, spoiler alert for the first, like, early part, there's a tree that falls over.
That's a big spoiler, yeah.
And
all our 2 listeners are going to freak the fuck out, dude. They're going to leave us immediately.
I'm going to get death threats. So this tree is falling over in front of you, and you find a tape.
Okay.
And you see the tree fall over later on. You go back to the spot where the tree is. You rewind the tape to where the tree was standing before it fell over.
Okay.
And then now you turn off the tape. You look up, and the tree is standing up. It's no longer blocking your path.
It's almost like you're doing like some time manipulation or something.
Basically, yeah. It's sort of like that.
So it's almost like a puzzle mechanic in that way.
That is a puzzle mechanic.
All right,
for
that's
sure.
cool. That's cool. That's interesting.
But
this is out on PC. I haven't looked on what else it's out on. I would be interested in checking it out.
Yeah, I think it's worth checking out. I don't think it's the best horror game I ever played, but if you're looking for something that's, probably not going to take too long to play, it's pretty linear, pretty straightforward. It's very enjoyable.
Cool. All right, awesome. So Matt, now that you've talked a fair amount, I'm gonna make you talk again. With you went to GameStop.
Richard, I did not start a podcast, so I could not talk.
Yeah, you're right. That would be counterintuitive. You're here to talk.
I'm here to talk
to state your opinions
to the 3 people that may listen to this.
Hey, it's gonna be way more than that. Okay, double that. And then double it maybe again.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
getting crazy.
Not fucking around. But before we jump into the next segment, we didn't mention Nintendo Direct at the top of the podcast. We're saving that until the end. So if you're listening and you're waiting for like Nintendo Direct info, we'll include some timestamps on like descriptions and stuff. I'll try to. Matt gave me a face when I said timestamps. Like, okay, sure, dude. But I will try.
I gave the face because I don't know how to fucking do that shit. I'm the worst. Okay. I'm like an old man. I don't know how to do anything with
technology. I will try and do that, include timestamps. So if you're looking to hear about Nintendo Direct, you can just skip forward to that. But what do you think, Matt? Should we get into news, or do you want to talk about your GameStop conference experience?
Let's do the conference.
Let's do it. You saw some cool stuff. I'm really excited to talk about it with you as well. So where do you want to start this journey with us?
Well, I'll start with the 2 smaller things that I have less to say about. Okay. I did get to play Luigi's Mansion. I played on stage, so it was a very short period of time. Like we were in the Nintendo room at the managers conference, and it's maybe there's like 100 people or so in the room. It's not like huge. And they pick a few people to go on stage. I got picked. I got to go up there with Kevin Pereira, and I played Luigi's Mansion. It was a multiplayer mode.
Okay.
Which was kind of cool, but the problem with that is, they're on a time limit.
Yeah. Is everyone watching you too? Like,
oh yeah, everybody's watching
amazing.
Me.
Yes. Awesome.
I do have pictures with Kevin Pereira. So
I saw those. I did not realize you were on stage for like a big thing.
Oh no, I was on stage.
Fucking awesome.
But the only issue with that is Nintendo has a limited time. Each one of these rooms, I think the room was 50 minutes long, so they have to stay within that 50 minutes.
Yeah.
They basically tell you they don't show you anything. There's like the control. This is the controls. This does this. This does this. This does this. And then they hand you the switch.
Throw you into the fire.
So it's a lot of trial and error. Yeah. And I know that Kevin had played it before because he's done that room multiple times that day or the day before. Yeah. So I was like, I'm just gonna follow him because he knows what to do.
Were you Luigi?
So, no. There was all four of us were Luigi. I forget the mode it was called.
Okay, this is like that multiplayer mode you talked about, PvE.
Yeah, we were basically
podcast.
working together to like catch ghosts and stuff.
Okay.
And it was fun, but I really didn't know what I was doing. So I wish I had more instructions. I wish there was more time, but I get it. They didn't have a lot of time, but. I love the first Luigi's Mansion. I didn't play the one on 3DS, so I'm definitely gonna get this one for sure.
So, like, this multiplayer mode, is that what like is selling you on this game right now?
No, of course not.
Like, so
I'm sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
I don't care about multiplayer. Just so everybody knows, like, I am very rarely gonna talk about multiplayer, with few exceptions, like Call of Duty.
Yeah, for sure.
And probably Gears of War.
We're a primary single player podcast here. Okay, when we talk about games, listeners. So just keep that in mind.
Yes.
No Fortnite. Conversations in this podcast. No fucking way.
So yeah, Luigi's Mansion single player mode is what I'm looking forward to, but it wasn't a bad mode. It's just I don't really care about multiplayer games. So I did that. The other shitty experience I had
I'm sorry, was getting a hug from Kevin Pereira shitty? I saw that photo that you showed me.
Oh, I didn't. I shouldn't have said shitty. That was wrong.
No.
I did have a good time up there. I did enjoy the game, but like I didn't mean that Nintendo. That whole thing was not shitty.
Yeah, I'm giving you shit. Don't worry.
But what was shitty was Doom's demo, and it wasn't.
Oh yeah, that's right.
It wasn't Doom. I love Doom. It was the fact that they forced me to do a tutorial mission, and it was like, I don't know. The demo was supposed to be 15 minutes. I spent at least 5 minutes doing this tutorial. It was an awful tutorial. First of all, second of all, I've played Doom before.
Yeah.
Why, when I started the demo, did you not give me an option to skip your tutorial? That's all you had to do.
Yeah.
So this was during an expo for GameStop managers, and the expo, you get 4 hours in there to do as much as you possibly can in that time frame. And I've already waited in line for about 20 to 30 minutes.
Time was constrained.
Right. My time was very valuable.
You're trying to do other things, and here you are stuck doing a tutorial you want nothing
5 minutes
to do
into
with.
this goddamn tutorial, I stood up and left.
Yeah,
so I didn't even get to play the game.
That's really disappointing. That, because I'm super hyped for this game. I think you have stated you're very excited for Eternal.
Doom 2016 was probably my favorite shooter of this generation.
It's a bummer, man, because like from what we've seen from the latest trailers, especially like the jumping around, the swinging, and all that crazy stuff that we're doing in this game now, like for you not to experience it and be there playing it, but you're just kind of blocked off by a tutorial. And time constraints sucks. I'm really sorry about that.
Yeah, it was pretty shitty, but I didn't get to play Doom unfortunately, but I got some cool pictures out of it, and I'm still gonna play the game. 2016 Doom was fantastic, so I'm still looking forward to it.
Yeah, you got a picture of you getting choked out by Doomslayer.
He was punching me in the face.
He was punching you, and he was holding you. He was gripping your like.
I asked him to grab me and punch me.
You're like, grab me and punch me.
That's how my picture came out.
That's your fetish.
Maybe I'll post some of these online so you guys can see them.
Yeah, you should.
And I also played Marvel Avengers.
Whoa, you played this?
Oh yeah,
I didn't.
They had the demo on the floor.
Whoa, what'd you think?
Meh.
Oh no! I want to believe it's gonna be good.
Look, the voice acting was good, of course. They have. I stopped playing this demo early. I didn't beat the demo again because I was on a time constraint. I just wanted to play it, get a feel for it. I played. It was kind of a tutorial as well. It started out with Thor. So I played the whole beginning with Thor for a few minutes.
It's the demo where you go through like multiple characters, like bit by bit. Okay, yeah, I think this is the demo that was going around like in the back doors at E3 and then at Gamescom as well.
Yeah.
So okay.
So Thor felt good. You can throw his hammer.
Yeah.
And it does like swoop back to your hand, like you can call the hammer back to you.
Okay, that's cool.
Like in God of War with the axe
for sure.
And it felt pretty good.
Yeah.
I was like, this is not going to feel... And it felt pretty good. You know? It wasn't as good as God of War.
Yeah.
But it felt good enough.
For sure. And this is going to be like a multiplayer game where you play multiple characters. So, you know, you can't expect every single character to play as well as like only Kratos in God of War, which was built with so much detail and attention and stuff. So I guess, you know, that's fair, right?
Yeah, I had a lot more fun playing Thor because the next day after that was Iron Man, and that was harder to control.
For sure. Flying and all that.
The voice acting in the game was fine. You know, Nolan North did Iron Man. I know Troy Baker's in the game too. I think he's the Hulk. So like that stuff was fine, but Iron Man was harder to control. It was harder to get used to.
Yeah. I'm
sure I would have if I had more time. But the game was fine. It's a fine game.
For sure.
It's not gonna... I can only tell you based off of this demo, they can make changes to the game. You know, it's still months and months away.
Yeah.
So I don't know what's going to come in the future. But if I was to judge the game based off of that demo, it would probably get like 7s out of 10s, 6s out of 10s.
It's like a moderately...
Maybe some 8s. But it wouldn't be getting 10 out of 10s
sure.
anywhere.
Well, I think the biggest question with this game, the biggest question mark rather, is how is it going to play? Because it's a multiplayer game. I'm hearing a lot of talk about it being like Destiny or Anthem.
I really don't know because
so
the demo was just single player.
Yeah.
So I'm not
It's just
really
that tutorial, which doesn't really show you how that game actually plays. It's just kind of like giving you a taste of how each character controls and all that. So that's cool. That's cool that you got to play it.
It was fine.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it was bad. I'm not saying it was good. It was fine. It was a fine game.
Fine game.
That's what it
Please
was.
look forward to it. What do you got next?
Ori and the Will of the Wisps. This is the second year I got to play that because I played it last year at Expo. So I'm not.
Is that game not out yet?
No.
Wow, that's
it
fucking
got delayed.
Crazy. Okay.
It was supposed to be out this year.
I've never played the first Ori.
Mother of God, it is so good.
The first one and this one too was.
This one feels just as good as the first one. Cool. What I loved about the demo is if you played the first game, it literally took me like less than 30 seconds to remember the controls. I don't know why.
It clicked
right back in.
Beautiful.
I was like, oh my God, I love this so much. The gameplay feels spectacular.
Yeah. It's
a challenging game. It is not easy. The first one had very, very difficult parts. I remember wanting to rip my hair out at one point, but I persisted. I beat the game. It was fantastic. And this new one, I think it was the same demo build I played last year, if I remember correctly. But it feels great. So I'm just looking forward to it. That's all I wanted to say about it. By the way, the graphics, one of the best looking Xbox games.
I've seen some of the trailers for the new one, and it looks gorgeous. It really, really does. It's a Metroidvania, right? The first
it is.
One? Okay, cool.
Yes. This will be Metroidvania style too. I think it's the direct sequel. I think it starts like right around the time the first one ended.
Okay, I'll have to keep my eye on it.
Yeah, you should really play the first one if you get a chance. It's coming to Switch.
I heard that. So yeah,
you have no excuse.
I have no excuse now. Yeah, is it? We know when?
I think it's this year.
Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah, if it's on Switch, I have a Switch, so I'll look into it. I'll play it. I'll fucking play it.
It's worth every penny.
Yeah, I've heard
probably
only
like a $20
good
game.
things about it. I was kind of bummed that it was on Xbox because I don't have one, and yeah, now I can play it. So fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely worth doing. The next thing I played was Call of Duty. I did not get to play the single player mode. I did get to watch a video. I'm not going to go into details of the video because I don't know. I could probably talk about it. They just didn't want us like recording anything. Mm-hmm. But just based off that video, I can't really talk about anything else because I haven't seen anything else.
Yeah.
But based off of that one story mode trailer that I saw for the single player, this is probably going to be the best single player Call of Duty game in years.
Whoa. Just like narratively, what they were showing was really interesting.
Narratively, the intensity, like...
This is called Modern
I was
Warfare,
on
right?
edge like almost the entire demo that they showed.
Wow.
And I wasn't playing the game.
So was this like the best demo you saw like demonstrated to yourself?
Probably.
Okay.
That cool. I can think of off the top of my head right now. That was probably the best demo that I saw.
And you have like a long history with Call of Duty where you've like had these peaks and falls with this series. Like you've loved it at certain points.
I played every single Call of Duty since Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
That's wild.
So I played all of them. I didn't play every single campaign. I kind of some of them hit and miss. So I did some. I didn't do others. I did the Infinite Warfare had probably the worst multiplayer, but their campaign was fantastic. And that was the last one that was really good.
Yeah, I've heard that.
But I also got to play the 2v2 mode, which is a new mode. It's like very small maps. I had a lot of fun with it, man.
Cool.
I had a lot of fun with it. I
2v2,
honestly,
you said?
Yeah, it's 2v2.
That's cool. Nice intimate battles, like you and your bud just fighting other
quick,
people.
Short matches because the maps are super tight.
And there's PvP.
Yeah.
Dude, that sounds kind of cool.
It's
I'm into
actually
that.
really cool.
Yeah, I usually like generally when I play games online, it's with like one other person. So like if we're doing it side by side, that's cool.
Dude, the intensity when you lose your teammate is
you're like, fuck,
fucking
it's me
awesome.
against 2 other people.
It's
I'm fucking in trouble.
really good. And I played that for a while because the demo they had set up, I think it was like best of 5, and we went down to like the last match.
Nice.
Unfortunately, we lost, but
it's embarrassing.
Yeah, it was. But it was fucking cool. So I am actually very stoked for Call of Duty.
I have not played a Call of Duty or bought Call of Duty since Modern Warfare. So maybe this will be the one that gets me back in. Maybe we can play together.
Yeah, definitely.
2v2.
Man. I'll be picking it up for sure.
All right.
And then there's this other little game that I got to play there.
You son of a bitch. I already know what you're going to say. I've been like, did you save this to the end?
I did.
You're a fucking asshole. Go ahead. What was it?
I played Final Fantasy VII Remake, which Richard is obsessed with, and
favorite game ever.
I do not like Final Fantasy.
He doesn't like Final Fantasy in general or 7 because he's a monster.
I played 7 multiple times. I've tried multiple times to like 7. I do not like the original version of 7.
You do not like turn-based games.
Yes.
You're not into them. Final Fantasy can't get you into it.
The turn-based really turns me off, and that's the biggest thing.
So what happened with Final Fantasy VII Remake? No way you're going to enjoy this game with its anime and RPG mechanics.
Well, what happened is they gave me the demo.
Yeah.
I started playing it. They did the tutorial. And I wasn't that upset because I didn't know how to play the game. So I was like, all right.
All right.
I'll
tutorial here. It's okay.
I'll take your tutorial.
You're wasting my fucking time. But
the tutorial was very short.
Okay.
Very informative.
Gave you everything you needed to know.
And as soon as they tell you, oh, this does this, I'm like, oh my God, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you get to the next part, like, this does this. I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it just continued until I got to a boss battle.
Yeah.
And I knew how to fight the boss.
Right.
And I learned the game in like 30 seconds.
So intuitive, super intuitive,
Very.
easy to like get a hold of.
And it was gorgeous, by the way.
Dude,
I don't understand, no offense to anybody out there. I don't understand how Final Fantasy VII Remake can look so good.
Yeah.
And Avengers can look so mediocre.
It's pretty insane.
It didn't, and the Avengers, again, does not look bad. It looks mediocre.
Yeah.
I don't understand how you...
So 7 really looked like that much better to you.
Great. Great.
Ooh, I'm excited. Oh, wow.
And to be fair, I did not beat the boss at the end again because time constraints.
Yeah, for sure.
But I did beat him like halfway, and I was like, man, I knew exactly what I was doing the entire time. The entire time. And all the other times I've tried Final Fantasy, I couldn't deal with any of their bullshit. I couldn't figure out their stupid-ass controls and their stupid-ass menus. But this one was super easy.
It all came together. Well, like switching characters, were you a fan of that? Like
X was like the primary function where you can like choose what you want to do. Yeah. So it's sort of turn-based on that, but it's also like immediate. Like you're building up, from what I've seen, you're building up a meter to fill up like that X like attack, right? There's other attacks that you can use in there, but if it is sort of turn-based, because if you want to pull up your options, you choose X. So you just hit X.
And it slows down time, right?
It slows down time, and a bar pops up.
Cool.
So and your options are right there. So you immediately pick what you want, and it immediately happens.
Yeah.
And then there's no like, as soon as that ends, it's not like the computer goes and takes a turn. That doesn't happen. You just keep fighting.
It's just flowing constantly.
Yes. So he can hit you whenever, and you can hit him whenever. Like,
did you like this like ability to slow down time? Was it something that you felt like
it
added
worked,
to like the genre of action games?
The fact that I could figure it out, works for me. That's all I needed. The controls have to be good, and they were flawless. Like I understood everything immediately.
So it felt good to play too, and everything.
Yeah.
Like hitting enemies, the reactions, blocking.
Everything felt good.
Dude,
I can't say anything bad about that demo.
So I know there's like no jump button. Were you bothered by that? I know you jump up if you're doing certain combos, I think.
Yeah, that didn't bother me whatsoever.
Okay.
Like I understood how to play I understood how to play this game immediately after playing multiple Final Fantasies and struggling through and giving up because I couldn't take the bullshit.
This is super exciting, dude. Final Fantasy VII is the game that got me into Final Fantasy and RPGs ultimately. I played 8 and like some other ones before, but like 7 was the one that just clicked in a big way for me, and I just was addicted to RPGs after that point. So like for you to come and play this game and feel yourself like feel like it's clicking, like that's super exciting. Like to see you kind of have a chance to go down this route of this genre of game.
I personally think that, you know, the fans of Final Fantasy are going to be there forever, but the most important thing that Square Enix did with this game is a whole new generation of people are going to fall in love with Final Fantasy.
That's sick. That the potential of that is really awesome, and that's like what Final Fantasy VII did. Like when it came out for like the US, like it showed this franchise to the market, and everyone just like latched onto it. So if they do it again with this this remake, that's insane.
Again,
that's so cool.
I don't like Final Fantasy, but I will be getting 7.
Oh man, dude, we're gonna be able to talk about Final Fantasy VII story.
Weird.
So amped. 2019. That's cool. All right, GameStop Conference, man, pretty cool. You met Troy Baker, Nolan North, were hugging on people. Saw all that stuff.
Yeah,
some cool pictures. You should put them online.
I will definitely put the pictures online. I did meet Troy Baker. He was fucking awesome. Met Nolan North. Fucking awesome, cool guy. Nolan North talked to me for a while, dude. I was trying to walk away because I felt like not because I was trying to be a dick.
You're like, I hate this guy.
I was just like, there's a bunch of people in mine.
For sure, you were being considerate.
And I didn't want to be. I didn't want him to feel like he had to talk to me.
Yeah.
So he was pulling me back into conversation while I was walking away, which was fucking awesome.
What a cool, wholesome guy.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I know this guy who lives out here. Some a guy who worked on like I think he was like a voice actor for the Transformers animated series.
Okay.
So they did that, and then they hung out like where I live and stuff. So he was asking me questions and things like that. So he was a really cool guy.
That's cool.
Troy Baker made fun of Nolan North when I met him because told him I met Nolan North.
Yeah, they got a rivalry.
That was fucking awesome.
For sure.
And yeah, man, I had a good time. Kevin Pereira was really cool when I met him on stage.
Yeah, you guys were hugging each other. That's really cool.
Yeah, it was
hanging out.
This is the thing about Kevin Pereira. I knew how to push his buttons.
You've watched so much Attack of the Show.
I love Attack of the Show. I loved when it was on. I watched Attack of the Show all the time. So when he was on stage and I got picked to go up there, I was like, oh, this motherfucker, I'm going to get him to do his weird shit that he does. So as soon as I went up there, he was standing next to me, so I kind of put my arm over his shoulder just to like see what reaction I would get. So he's like, what are you doing? He knew he had a microphone.
And you're just smiling at him. You're just like,
I was just like, I don't know what we're doing, man. We're just playing the game. And so he grabs me and starts like humping my leg. Basically, he like straddles my leg.
Wow.
So then
he knew exactly what you were trying to tap into and just gave it to you.
Yeah.
That's
so
hilarious.
I after he did that, I grabbed him from behind, like wrapped my arms over his shoulders, and he was like, why are you backpacking me?
That's probably a thing. That's our Urban Dictionary.
I guess. I've never heard it before, but it was hilarious. So that was really cool meeting him. But I had a great time there. It sucks the public can't go to these events anymore, but if you do go work for GameStop and you become a store manager, you can go to these events. They're really cool. It's a big perk of working there.
Super easy process.
Yeah.
Just become a store manager.
Very simple.
All right. Now we are 30 minutes in. We got some news and Nintendo Direct to go over. What are you thinking right now? Should we just jump into, should we cut anything out at this moment? Maybe I cut this part of the podcast out. I'm not sure. Or should we just push through? I think we were fine. We're probably fine on time. This is our first podcast, so time constraints, we're not really aware of them. Let's just go through them, dude.
Okay.
So, bit of news. It's an awkward pause. Yakuza 7 revealed. Me and Matt, big fans of Yakuza. Which games have you played so far?
I played Kiwami all the way through. I played 0 all the way through, and I started playing 2, but I haven't finished it.
Exactly where I'm at. Fell in love with the series with the 0. Just kind of like had been waiting for an entry point, and I think like 0 was a great one. You started with 0 as well.
I started with Kiwami.
Oh, did you really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, fascinating.
Not a popular opinion.
Yeah, I
like Kiwami better.
Really, it's faster paced. Like I think it's got better pacing and stuff, and it's a shorter game, so that's nice. And you're saying shorter games.
Yeah.
So Yakuza 7, turn-based RPG combat, Matt. How you feeling?
Not good.
Not good. All right, so like what?
I'm a little bit more hopeful since I did like Final Fantasy VII, but I mean, that's like maybe a big bar. Chance. Like for them to make a turn-based game that I actually like is going to be very, very, very challenging. In fact, I do not plan on buying the game when it comes out. I'll play it from someone or like some sort of demo. I'll figure out a way to play it.
For sure.
And
I'll let you borrow my copy.
I'll try it.
I'll let you mess around with
it. But other than that, I have zero interest in this game because of that mechanic.
That's fair. I mean, and then you also have like 3 other Yakuza games on deck, basically, with that like remastered collection that just came out and stuff. So you have Yakuza for days. You have Kiwami 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6.
Yeah, I'm getting that collection for sure.
So you're getting some games. I will say personally, I'm really excited for this. I'm a fan of turn-based games. Like that's pretty cool. But also, like they've been making the same kind of game for a while.
I'm sure that team wants to do something different. And mixing it up might benefit them greatly, but for me, it doesn't do anything.
You'll skip it because of it,
right?
For sure. Yeah, and I think a lot of people are out there pretty, upset about it or just not feeling like super into it. But yeah, I think them having the chance to do something different, I'm sure they've been wanting to because they've been doing like similar games for such a long time. So yeah, I'm excited for it. Next up, Aladdin and a Lion King combo pack announced, Matt.
Indeed.
So I pulled some info from Polygon. In general, these are like the old retro classics of that came out on like Super Genesis, and like some of them came out on Nintendo. I have a little like thing from Polygon here, kind of like detailing it. The collection will include a variety of versions of each title. Nighthawk, the developer, promises multiple playable platform versions of the games, including Sega Genesis, Game Boy, Super Game Boy releases, as well as the Lion King's Super Nintendo version. In other words, it doesn't sound like Capcom's Aladdin for Super Nintendo will be included as part of the package. The collection also features a new final cut of Aladdin and that game's 1993 trade show demo version, and that's from Polygon. You're pretty excited about this, right?
I am. The Genesis version of Aladdin, as everybody knows on the internet, is the superior version of Aladdin.
I think I'm kind of like, I'm thinking about it. I think I'm kind of bummed that they're not going to release like the shitty Super Nintendo version as well, though. I kind of want to see, because I played the Sega Genesis version growing up.
Yeah, the Genesis version is great. The Super Nintendo one was fine.
Yeah.
But that's all it was.
It's almost like they're furious at this game for being so bad. Because everything else is in here, it looks like.
The big reason is because I think all these games were made by... Virgin had a division that was doing games at the time, and these are the Virgin versions of these games.
Okay.
And the Capcom was the ones who made Aladdin on Super Nintendo, and their version is not here.
Yeah. So it might be just a rights issue that did it ultimately. How weird. So the one made by Capcom is the worst game.
How weird is that, right?
And Virgin Airlines is like the good games. It's bizarre.
Well, I think Virgin Airlines is a different company, but they'd use that Virgin, like they have like subsets and stuff like that. Oh, okay, I didn't know. My bad.
You called it Virgin, I think.
The company's called Virgin.
Yeah.
But the coolest thing about that collection is they have the final cut in there from the 1993 trade show, which is friggin' cool.
Yeah.
Like I'm probably more excited about that than anything that's in the game, because I have the game.
Just from a collector standpoint, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, just playing something that like has been unplayable since 1993.
It's like Star Fox 2 coming out finally. Yeah, that is pretty awesome.
Exactly.
Yeah,
and then speaking of the collections, we also had the Mega Man Zero and ZX collection coming out. I'm super excited about this. Yeah, I am a huge fan of these games. I haven't played them all. I played 1 and 3 growing up. I missed out on ZX and ZX Advent. Some notes here. It's got like 6 games. Mega Man 0, 1 through 4. And then you have Mega Man ZX and ZX Advent. Got some HD smoothing filters, which look okay. Not super impressive. Nothing like cool like CRT filters or anything like that, unfortunately. It's got a casual scenario mode and then a new save system for mid-mission saves, which I'm actually super excited for because I recently tried to go back and play Zero, and those games are fucking hard, man. So a little casualized version of the games rather, really excited to do. Those games remind me a lot of, in terms of the combat, like Castlevania Symphony of the Night. You have a sword as your primary weapon, so you're doing a lot of that, a lot of melee combat. A lot of cool things you can do to mod your character to like increase their strength or abilities. So yeah, super amped for that. And this marks like the 3rd major Mega Man collection from Capcom. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm definitely they're actually going to be releasing like a collection of collections.
Yeah, exactly. I heard about that. That's going to have like everything together.
Yeah, it'll have the Mega Man anniversary. I think it was the anniversary. What did they call it? The Mega Man.
It's like the Legacy collection.
It was basically Mega Man 1 through 10.
Yeah,
and then the X
Mega
collection,
X.
And then now this collection. And they're going to be selling it. I know it's on Amazon. I think it's at other retailers too. But all those together in one package. So I'm definitely going to be picking that up.
So much freaking Mega Man. So my question about this is less about Mega Man 0, which I'm excited about, and more about like Mega Man as a franchise within Capcom. Like they released Mega Man 11 maybe like a year or 2 years ago now, and it was good. I enjoyed it. A lot of people weren't like super crazy about it, but it's not a high budget Mega Man that I would have hoped to see. And you have stuff like the revival of Resident Evil. You have Monster Hunter coming out of Capcom in a huge way. Like, you have them reviving or just paying attention to these like core franchises. Do you think like all this build up and drumming up of interest for Mega Man is leading to like something more? Like, am I looking too into things here? Like wanting like a better, more full-fledged Mega Man?
Capcom was in a real rut of probably in the past decade or so.
There
was a point where it looked like they were going to either be sold or selling off their IPs or something to try to stay in business. Super worried about that, yeah. And they're definitely in a renaissance period now. They've put out a lot of good titles over the past few years. Monster Hunter was the biggest title of all time for Capcom. Yeah. So they're on the up and up, and I think these are ways just to keep driving revenue, driving their stock up. They just put out 11, like a year ago?
I think a year and a half ago. Pretty recent.
All right, so 11 came out like a year ago. I think personally, if they're going to do like a new Mega Man, again, I'm not that familiar. I haven't played every single Mega Man game.
Yeah.
My money would be on if they're going to do a new Mega Man, it's going to take another year or two.
Yeah.
And it's going to be a new X game.
I can definitely see that. With X Collection, it makes sense because they released the Legacy Collection before they like drummed up interest for Mega Man 11. Man, I am just hoping for something so much more though. Mega Man Legends 3, give me some of that. I want like a full-blown RE engine Mega Man, a 3D reimagining.
They could be working that. I mean, they canceled that before, but they could be going back to that now.
It doesn't even have to be that specifically. Like, if it's just a 3D world Mega Man, like that alone would get me really, really interested.
They gave you Mega Man 64. I mean, what else do you want?
Mega Man Legends is the superior version. It has voice acting. It had voice acting in 1990, I think 6 or 7. It came out before Ocarina of Time and had like fully voiced cutscenes. And I'll say it here, Mega Man Legends is better than Ocarina of Time.
I didn't play Legends, so
I'll have
to take your lying about that.
Okay, perfect. But yeah, I don't know. That's just something I'm interested about or interested in. I'm hoping for it. I'm hoping they're doing something big with Mega Man. I think it deserves it. It's one of their core franchises. When I think of Capcom, I think of Mega Man. So hopefully they do him some justice and give him something even bigger and better. But for now, Mega Man 0 and ZX, super exciting.
So we had a Switch Direct.
So we had a Switch Direct.
A Nintendo Direct?
A Nintendo Switch Direct.
Because they're not talking about 3DS anymore. So they might as well just
fucking
call
God, we finally killed that goddamn
Jesus.
handheld. Long overdue. But yeah, we had a Nintendo Switch Direct. Pretty good time. You and me just watched it maybe like an hour ago now. So I don't know, Matt, should we do a game with this? A lot of things were shown and I don't want to like skip over anything. And I have a game called, Shit or The Shit, where we go through each and every headline that came out of, the Nintendo Direct and decide whether it's shit and then we don't talk about it, or it's the shit and we kind of like dive in a little bit more.
I'm down for this, but yeah. I'd also like to throw a curveball at you.
Oh my God, throw it.
Can we have a meh?
A meh. Oh, okay.
Because there's quite a few of those.
There's a lot of mess, for sure. I mean, I worry that if we do that, this is going to be meh the shit.
There's a lot of games that I may say are shit, but I probably think are meh.
Okay.
So I'll just state that as a disclaimer.
That's what Matt says, but on the record, when he says something is shit, it means Matt thinks it's shit. So that's ironclad. So if you want to, get mad at him on social media and attack him for calling Overwatch shit, you can 100% do that. That's totally fine. Anyways, first up, Overwatch on Switch. This was rumored, and they announced it, unsurprisingly, at the Direct.
Shit.
Wow.
Just interrupting.
That's real. That was a real shit.
I don't fucking care.
That was a genuine shit. The
game has been out for 5 years. Who cares?
I'll agree that it's shit. I do have things to say about it, but it's shit. Wait, you know what? No, it's shit.
I'm not saying the game is bad.
You said it's shit.
Who the fuck cares?
No, it's not a big thing. We'll move on. Super Kirby Clash.
Shit.
Dude, I think I've been ruminating on this since we watched the video an hour ago. I think it's the shit, and we're gonna have to talk about this.
Oh my God.
So it looks like to me is a Nightmare in Dreamland.
Why are you doing this to
boss rush where you're just fighting a bunch of different bosses? Do you ever play Nightmare in Dreamland? Don't spill water on yourself, Matt. Matt's so fuming at the mouth that he's trying to drink his water and can't even keep it in his fucking mouth. That's how mad he is about this shit game.
Thanks for making me laugh and getting it all over myself.
Sorry
even
about
worse
that.
Than it started out as.
I'm really sorry. But yeah, it's a free to play game. Did you ever play Nightmare Before Dreamland or Nightmare in Dreamland? For the GBA.
I've only played a couple of Kirby games. So I didn't play that one.
Just a super cool classic Kirby adventure on the Game Boy Advance. You suck up monsters, you use their abilities, whatever. There's great boss fights, but you can play that whole game co-op, which was incredible. Game Boy Advance link cable, super fun to do. This looks like it's only bosses. I'm not sure. Should probably have looked into it, but you do it with like friends and stuff. It's like co-op based and free to start. It launched today. You can just pick it up right now. I'm planning to totally pick it up and try it out, see what it's about. Free to start, dude. What's the problem?
That's the problem.
Dude, we have to accept.
As soon as the second I hear free to play, free to start, I don't care how you want to put it.
Yeah.
I don't want your microtransaction fucking bullshit. I'm not interested in your game anymore.
Matt, you're being a dinosaur right now. Microtransactions are keeping this industry alive.
Look, Nintendo already had my money from Animal Crossing, and they fucked me over because that game sucked too.
Okay.
So fuck them.
I'm okay with it because it's probably a game that's not impacting any other Kirby out there. You know, it's I don't think it's taking away from anything. And I don't know, it could be.
It is taking away from developing time for a real Kirby game or something better.
That's probably true. I feel you, but
all those mobile games are taking away time from something better. Why are you making Mario Kart Mobile when you could be making Mario Kart 9?
Dude, for money, you got to make that dosh.
Mario Kart 8 is one of the biggest selling Switch games.
And I think on Wii U is pretty good too. Mario Kart 8 continues to sell and like makes NPDs pretty often. It's pretty insane. Like you're right, but I don't know. It's something for me, I haven't picked up the last couple Kirby's. Maybe this will get me back into Kirby.
Well, you let us know how it goes.
Okay, I will. Absolutely. Smash Bros. Ultimate, Banjo-Kazooie, launching today. He's out today. I didn't expect him to come that soon. That's what she said. And then Terry from Fatal Frame announces the 4th Challenger Pack character. Fatal Fury. Sorry. Thanks for catching that, Matt.
I'm all over it.
All over it. Do you know anything about Fatal Fury? Did you ever play it?
No.
Yeah, I missed out on all that. I was more of a Street Fighter guy because I had friends.
I played Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat. I'm very unfamiliar with most other fighting games.
That's okay, and you did the right thing. The coolest info I think about Smash Brothers though is
So is this the shit?
Oh no. So we can't even talk about it.
I'm
it's
just
shit.
asking.
It's shit. No,
shit.
It's the shit. It's the shit. It's Smash Brothers.
No, it's the shit only because Banjo-Kazooie is
okay. We can get into argument about Banjo and why
and that's all I really have to say. That's the only thing that's good about it.
All right.
Banjo-Kazooie's in the game. Fucking fantastic.
His eyes look weird and his music is disgusting, but it's fine. I think it's the shit because 5 new characters a new challenger pack is going to come out. So we have this last character from the challenger pack, and we got 5 more.
That's exciting.
Gonna get my Doomslayer for sure is happening.
Poor Sakurai.
Getting Goku.
When is he gonna sleep?
Sakurai doesn't need to sleep.
When is he going to sleep? Richard?
When he's dead, which should be.
That's what they're gonna do to him.
They're gonna kill him. I'm really worried. Yeah, Sakurai. Godspeed, Sakurai. Be well. Be well. Get some sleep. Drink some water. RIP. Not yet.
We're future proofing.
Future-proofing this episode in case it takes forever to edit and it comes out in like 2 years. Rest in peace, Sakurai. Sorry. Link's Awakening, shit or the shit?
I don't have anything to say about it right now. It is the shit. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to play it. They didn't show me anything that like blew my mind. I just need it.
Link's Awakening is an incredible game. I love it to death. It's my favorite. It's my favorite 2D Zelda, and I don't know if I'll pick it up right away, but I'll get around to it. I'll play it eventually. It's the shit. I'm excited for it. I'm a little weirded out by how you share your custom-made levels. You make a custom-made level, and then you put it in your amiibo, and then you send your amiibo your friend or to your friend.
I don't like any of that.
Yeah,
I just want to play the game. Just let me play the game.
I mean,
stop with all the bullshit.
It's just so weird that like
just let me play the game.
That Mario Maker just has a pretty robust way to share your levels and stuff, and like a cool online community.
I don't want to share. I want everyone to leave me alone. Let me just play the game.
All right. Leave Matt alone. Don't send him your amiibos. We don't want any of your stupid fucking amiibos from Link's Awakening. We'll throw them in the trash.
I do want the amiibo, though.
He wants the amiibos. He will not play your level.
Right. Exactly.
Okay. We got it. We got there. All right. Tokyo Mirage Sessions on Switch being ported over. Shit or the shit, Matt? Don't let my opinion about this.
Shit.
Okay. Dissuade how you're gonna respond. This is the shit. Clearly, Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Never got to play it on Wii U, or played a bit and had to trade in my Wii U. One of my biggest regrets. I'm super excited to play it and go through it together. Go through it in full, especially after playing Persona 5, and that was kind of like a disappointing thing for me. Yeah, super excited. Okay. All right, Matt, what's next?
Assassin's Creed Rebel Collection. It includes Assassin's Creed Rogue and Assassin's Creed 4. Assassin's Creed 4. Oh my god.
Black Flag.
I had a few beers. Assassin's
beers
Creed
sneaking
4,
up on you.
Black
That
Flag.
ghost beer coming up.
Which is the second best Assassin's Creed game, that being Black Flag.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Over Odyssey and Origin and
Odyssey is
2
number
and
1.
Brotherhood.
Black Flag is number 2.
Okay, interesting.
In my opinion.
Okay. All right.
Odyssey is fucking phenomenal. And Black Flag was the best of the series until Odyssey.
I guess I'm just surprised that you put it over Origin. But I guess you like it that much more. I got to play Black Flag.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Origin was good. It made a foundation for Odyssey.
Yeah.
But Black Flag I enjoyed from start to finish. Therefore, it is the shit.
Okay. All right. I'm going to call it shit.
Okay, fair enough.
Just and not because I don't like those games, just my shit because it's on the Switch. I don't care. I'll play it on PS4.
But you can pirate hunt booty on the Switch now.
All right. Divinity 2 Original Sin surprise released. It was just dropped today. Has Steam cross save support. Shit or the shit?
Shit.
I'm gonna say shit. I don't care.
I don't care.
I love that game.
It's an old game. Great. Go get your port if you want it. Get it.
It's fairly new. They got it out pretty quick. It came out. I know. It's been out for a little
Let's
while.
talk about how video game time is rapidly faster than any other time in the world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shit.
What is it? 2 months old? 3 months old? It's fucking old.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. Here's one that's not old, Matt. Deadly Premonition 2 announced, and Deadly Premonition 1 are releasing today, both on Switch.
Shit.
That's the shit. That's cool. That's a cult classic. A new game. They're letting you get in on that first game right now today if you're interested. That's cool.
I think it is cool. I just don't have anything to say about it. I never played the first one.
I just want to move on.
I mean, it's good for you guys.
Yeah. I've never played it.
I heard the
either.
first one's great.
Say it's the shit for me because like we have a chance to play it on the Switch. We can get into it.
All right, I'll give you the shit.
All right, we got the shit. Doom 64.
The shit.
The shit. Re-releasing first time since 1997. Its original release has not been released anywhere else. Game specifically made for the N64.
This was a rental for me back in the day, and I played it quite a bit for that period of time that I had the game.
Yeah.
Enjoyed it thoroughly. It's more Doom, so that's all I need.
Okay, you're familiar with it. It said it's releasing November 22nd. Did we look into the release date of Eternal? Matt, I'm going to let you look it up because I want to see how close it is to Eternal. While I move to the next item on the list, Jedi Knight 2 on Switch. Shit or the shit, Matt?
It looks shit, but because it's Star Wars, though, I guess it's shit.
Jedi Knight 2 is not a great game. I'm gonna say shit. I'm excited for it, but I'll play it on Steam if I want to play it anywhere. So I'm good.
Doom 64 day and date with Doom Eternal.
Wow, same day. Why?
Because you got to get your Doom on, bitches.
No, you could do it like a week before. What the fuck is that?
If they weren't giving it to me today,
yeah,
I'm fine with that. But
they should have dropped it today. They should be like, play
it
right fucking now. Get hyped.
Here it is.
That's so weird that they're releasing it on the same day as Doom.
Yeah, it's
Eternal.
bizarre.
That's so bizarre to me. Like, get people hyped with Doom 64. Whatever. Maybe Doom 64 is a better game than Eternal, and they know it.
Oh no, I hope not.
No way.
Hopefully that fucking tutorial isn't in the real goddamn game. Jesus Christ.
Probably not. I'm sure it's different. Animal Crossing New Horizons. They showed some more about this. Shit or the shit, Matt?
I love Animal Crossing, so the shit.
It's the shit. It's the shit. I'm worried about this game. Don't know how I feel about like the heavy emphasis on crafting or whatever.
Yeah, I'm not crazy about the crafting.
Having to build my own island seems like a chore. I kind of liked everyone's houses being where they were and me having to deal with the frustration of like, oh, this fucking guy's house is over here.
Yeah.
God damn it. Why is my house in this shithole part of this? God damn it.
Why can't you go get your own apple. Why? You can't fucking shake the tree that you're standing under?
Yeah, no, I like these annoying things that Animal Crossing has. So them making it a little bit more free and creative. I see what they're doing. I don't know if I'm going to love it. We'll see when it comes out.
I'm going to try it because it's Animal Crossing.
There's no way I'm not picking up this game.
Yeah, well, I'm definitely getting
fucking
it.
Way.
But I have some reservations.
Yeah, for sure. We skip Pokemon, dude. Shit or the shit?
Shit.
Shit. You're gonna find that although I'm a huge Pokemon fan, I'm not excited for this new one. And Matt just does not like Pokemon.
Do not care.
So we might not talk about Pokemon too much on this podcast. I'm sorry. Super Nintendo games for Switch Online. Shit or the shit?
The shit.
Some cool stuff in here.
You got fucking classics from the SNES generation.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Right away. When's this coming out, today or tomorrow? When is this shit starting?
It is. I did not check the date. I didn't write it down.
It's coming soon.
We don't know. If you want to talk about the highlights, I will look up when it's launching.
So the games that are being included is Brawl Brothers, Demon's Crest, Joe and Mac 2, Lost in the Tropics, Kirby's Dream Land 3, Star Fox, Super EDF, Earth Defense Force, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, Super Puyo Puyo 2, Super Tennis. Man, that's a lot of supers.
There's a lot of supers. It's a Super Nintendo, buddy. If there's any that pop out to you, Matt, please let me know what you're really.
I'll
really
circle back.
For. Okay, cool.
Breath of Fire, not Breath of the Fire. F-Zero, Kirby's Dream Course, Pilot Wing, Stunt Racer FX, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Super Soccer, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past. The highlights, of course, Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, Super Metroid, and Super Mario World.
So I haven't been like a big fan of the Nintendo Switch Online like games, like the NES stuff, and I didn't think I was super excited for the Super Nintendo stuff because I like Virtual Console. I like buying the game and just owning that.
I do too, but I already own these games, so I don't fucking care.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, I'm realizing, because I have these games elsewhere and I can play them. So, like, I don't know, it'd be great to be able to buy them on the Switch, but I think because I've owned them so many times, I don't think I would have bought them on the Switch. So maybe I'm starting, now that I'm seeing stuff like Link to the Past, Super Metroid, and I can just, play it. I don't have to pay anything more because I already have Switch Online.
Yeah, I have an analog Super NT, so I can play these games the best way that you can play them in 2019. So, like, when am I going to use this? When it's convenient. When I already have my Switch on and I don't have to go hook up anything. Yep. Like, that's when I'm going to play these games. But if I want to play it, like, the definitive way, I'll look at playing them differently.
Yeah, if you really want to get in and enjoy it perfectly emulated, then you can do it that way. And it's got a rewind feature and all that.
It's not emulation.
Cool. You're right. It's not emulation. It's like the true
FPGA.
Yeah, that thing is fucking awesome. But Matt, what we're talking about right now is Matt has these two, I'll explain it in the layman, has two beautiful devices.
Google. You bitches can figure it out. You can
figure it out. But they're cool. They're like basically perfect recreations of like the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis hardware, and you can shove carts in there and it upscales it to 1080p. It's really fucking cool.
It's awesome.
All right, what else?
But I think this is good for everyone.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch Online is $20 for a year. If you don't have Nintendo Switch Online, you have a Switch, I don't know what you're doing with your fucking life.
Like, Nintendo's Online is riddled with issues, but it is super cheap, and for, like, next to nothing, you get
their online service. Yeah. Fuck their communications with the goddamn... What do you, like, call somebody on the phone? Is that how you fucking use a Switch? Do I just call you when I want to communicate to you? Is that how you do that shit?
I use PSN, and I have my PlayStation 4 on. When I talk to my friends,
fantastic.
that's how I communicate when I'm playing.
We'll probably have a show about what the fuck is up with Nintendo at one point.
Yeah, for sure. That'll be a special episode.
But yeah, this is good for the majority of people, and you should own Switch Online just for the NES and now the SNES library. Yeah. The NES one was okay. This is fantastic.
And Tetris 99, own it for that.
Yes,
it's free to play. It's great. Last but not least, Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition. I'll say it's the shit right now. Matt, you don't really care, but...
Meh? Can I put that under the end?
You can throw a meh. I'll let you do a meh for Xenoblade. One of my favorite RPGs ever. Super stupid expensive and hard to like play at this point unless you're emulating it. Really great that it's coming out on the Switch, which everybody owns. Everybody should play this game. It's fucking awesome. They fixed the faces, which is the funniest thing ever, because that's like the one thing about that game art design wise that's a joke, is the faces were disgusting. So that's pretty great. And then overall, I think they just up-res the textures and stuff. Very excited. Monolith Soft is like I think the most competent developer for Nintendo right now that they own. And super amped for this and super amped. Hopefully we get Xenoblade X next.
Meh.
From Matt. Son of a bitch. Those are all the news, man. Well, so that is a podcast. I think we went through everything we wanted to go through.
We made something.
We are at 59 minutes and 50 seconds right now.
Oh, that's perfect.
So we'll probably go a little bit over while we close out the show.
Yeah, once we edit it, though, it'll be cut down to like under an hour.
I'm not editing this. What are you talking about?
Okay.
I'm going to put the thing in the fucking beginning, theme song in the beginning, theme song at the end.
That's what you get.
And that's an edit, baby.
That's what you get.
That's what you get when you fall in love. That's a song. I'm sorry. Getting loopy at the end here.
Some weird songs, man.
getting loopy at the end. So, Matt, we have a thing that we like to do since today called the Dual Action Hyper Turbo HD Challenge. Do you want to tell the viewers what exactly the Dual Action Hyper Turbo HD Challenge is? Without reading it off the monitor, I want your words. I want the real natural sensations of what this is.
Basically, we'll be picking a game each week, and the following week we'll play that game. It'll be something shorter, where we can do like a 1v1, and we'll talk about who wins. We'll collect the tally of who won that week, and we'll collect them as like a point. Basically, if you win, you get a point.
Yep.
And at the end of the year, we'll see who has the most points. Whoever is the loser will be severely punished.
Yeah.
At the end of the year.
We have
or maybe the winner will just get something. I don't know. We haven't figured that out.
We have not decided stakes yet, but if you lose, you will live in shame for a considerable amount of time. You will feel shame.
Your life for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. There will be intense stakes. We have not decided yet. Matt is underselling this thing. I gotta say, I'm sorry, Matt. This is a battle to the death once a week on retro video games. Primarily retro video games.
Yeah, mostly.
Yeah, absolutely. Where we throw down in an intense, fierce competition where man versus man face off to virtual death.
Can we have like a real face off though, like the movie? Did you ever watch the movie?
With Nicolas Cage?
Yeah, man. It's a fucking good movie.
Horrible fucking movie.
As
great. Are all of Nicolas Cage's movies.
Oh,
man.
Did you not see Raising Arizona?
We will settle this in Mortal Kombat 3.
God. Gone in 60 seconds?
The first of many dual action hyper turbo HD challenges, Mortal Kombat 3. We will face off when we come back here next week.
I will defend Nick Cage.
I will destroy you because
I'll be Johnny Cage, motherfucker.
Do it. I'll play fucking Liu Kang and I'm going to spam the thing. No, Raiden, and I'm going to spam the thing where I just block you. So get ready train for that because that's how I'm going to fucking beat you. That game's bullshit easy. I can't wait to destroy you at it. We will be back with the results at the end of next week regarding that Dual Action Hyper Turbo HD challenge. Apart from that, that's it. That's the Nerdthusiast Podcast. It's our first episode. I hope you liked it. We're going to do more stuff. What?
Richard.
Yeah.
Where can people find you?
People can find me at Richard Ilie on Twitter, at RICHARDILIE. That is my Twitter handle. Find me. I'm currently looking for a new job right now, so I have protected tweets. But if you follow me, I will accept. And that's where I am. What about you, Matt? Matt, where can we find you?
From NJ, the number 2, CA, and Twitter.
On Twitter. There you go. At those letters.
Yes. It's basically from California, the number 2, New Jersey.
To New Jersey.
Because the 2, TOO. Or TO was already taken. So I had to put a number in there.
There you go.
Sorry. You got to deal with that now.
Yeah, sorry. You have to deal with the numbers.
And if you want to follow the production company Nerdthusiast on Twitter, it's just
at
Nerdthusiast.
NERDTHUIAST.
Yeah, and we'll send out our first tweet shortly.
Once this podcast goes up. So you probably didn't get it via Twitter. But whatever.
Now you know.
Now you know where to find us. We'll have more updates. We're starting out with this podcast. We're thinking bi-weekly for now. And then hopefully we will shift production into weekly if time necessitates and it feels natural and all that good stuff.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
And we'll see where we go. All right, guys. Take care.
Nah.